Hi everyone, Shannon here with Mixed Media Minnesota. Welcome to my video. I am back today working on my Yuletide journal, and I wanted to show you where I'm at with the cover, and then I have a mess over here. I'll show you in a minute. So I decided these colors do work with it. And so what I did is these two sides were together, so I cut them so that the pockets are, not like leaning the lesser side on the outside of the journal. And I just put a straight stitch in around here so we have the two pockets. So inside cover and then the back cover. So that's stitched onto this fabric here. And then I cut the bubble mailer down, and the bubble mailer I cut down to the actual size that I want it to be, which is 12 inches by 10 inches. So I just have, and I love the prime ones because they have that perfect crunchy, that perfect crunchy feel. I didn't have a big enough one to where, I have the seam in here, but it's going to be on the signature, the spine of it. So I'm thinking it's still going to be okay. So let's see here. The next steps that I need to do with this is, what I usually do is I'll take my inside and I flip that upside down. So like this, make sure the top is at the top. And then I'll take my bubble mailer and I use Fabri-Tac, and I have used the glue stick before. It works. I just kind of want a light hold so that when I sew it, it doesn't, excuse me, it doesn't shift on me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that. I think I am just going to use my glue stick. I'm just going to flip this one over because we have that on there. I'm just kind of trying to eyeball that to get it centered in here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just put some glue stick on here. And then flip that back over. Again, now I moved it, so just try and pay attention to all four sides to make sure that you got it where you want it. Sorry if my head is in the way here, I can't see the top. Okay, so I just kind of rub that so it sticks. This fabric is thick. I don't know if the glue stick is going to work. Yeah, it's kind of holding. Okay, so then I'm going to flip this one over, and I'm going to do the same exact thing. So I hope you guys are all doing well today. I wasn't sure if I would be able to record video, and I have a couple hours this morning. Some of my plans changed, so it's like I'm going to go and try and record a video or two. Okay, so I'm going to flip that back over. Okay, so now we have that on there. Again, we have the top here. So now I have to make sure that I have to make a decision. Do I want this to be the top or this to be the top? So I do like that being on the top. However, I prefer to decorate in the bottom of the covers. And I don't want to cover this. I would prefer to cover this. So I think I am going to go ahead and use this as my bottom of my journal. Okay, so now this one is not cut to exact size. It's bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip the whole entire thing over. And then I can see from the back here where I need to be, let's see, with when I'm gluing. Okay, so I'm going to do this. This time I think it's bigger, so I'm just going to go ahead and put my glue on here, the whole thing, and then just set it on there. Okay, so that should be good. Okay, so now that's my top, so I want to make sure I have the top here. I hope you can't see that prime through there. I think you can. I might have to peel that back up and fix that. Okay, let's see here. Just eyeball it in there, make sure I have enough on each end. And just rub that glue in there. I don't know if that's going to be an issue. The prime. I could peel it up and put white paper in there. I don't think it's gonna be as, well, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some copy paper because it'll bug me if I don't. Okay, so I think one will work because I don't have to go all the way. Okay, so I should have did this before I glued this. So I'm going to leave the bottom on there. Let's see if we can. I was going to see if I could try and do one sheet and not two. Well, let's see. You're not going to see this anyways, so I'm just going to use my tear ruler and tear it down a little bit. I know I'm out of frame here, but you guys should see the mess I have around me. Oh my good lord. It's going to take me a day to organize and put that away. Now I didn't do that long enough. Or I did it too long, I guess. Just using my tear ruler because it's handy. Okay, so it's going to cover the majority of it. I don't think it's going to be... Yeah, that works. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is the same thing, just gluing the paper in there. Got a tickle in my throat today. I have a bunch of laundry I should be doing and stuff, but, you know, it's not going to go anywhere, that's for sure. Nobody else is going to volunteer to do it, so it'll wait for me, right? Okay, there, I feel better about that. Okay, so now what I'll do is I will set this aside, and then after I'm done with this video, I'll go and I'll stitch around, right around the bubble envelope. You can feel it when you're sewing if you run your finger on it. And then we can trim the sides down. And this is the point where if I was going to have a sewn in closure, like the ties, I would put them in here. I decided not to. I'm going to do a wraparound closure on this one, probably with like a cream or a tan colored sari silk. If I can find any, I think I have some. Otherwise, we'll have to improvise and use what we have somewhere. Okay, so I like to flip it over and just make sure I don't have any bubbles in there, especially if I use Fabri-Tac. Okay, so I think that's going to be really, really fun. And it's got that, you know, I love that. And I don't know, just something about the Amazon Prime ones. They're crunchier or something, I don't know, than the other ones. Okay, so there we have our cover, and it's ready to sew. I'm going to set that over here by my sewing machine, and then, oh my lord, you guys, I'm going to show you my disaster. I'll drag it over here. Just let me get my mess that I just piled on top of that mess out of the way here. Sorry for my arm in your face. Okay, so here's our pocket. I went ahead and I did tons of inking, so that's probably not too bad. Usually my hands are completely full of ink. So I did pulled all kinds of stuff out and trying to decide what I want in my signature for this journal. And then what we had done yesterday, and I inked them all. And like on this here one, we had this little one. I just use it's like a notebook punch, and I punched the edges of that just to add another little texture in there. Okay, so that's where we're at. I did take 4 pieces of the Comfort and Joy digital from our Etsy shop, and I sewed them back to back. So I just stitched around them. And this is for the front and back 4 pages out of that. Because I might come back and use some of the ephemera when we're decorating it as well. So I do notice I do need to fold these really quick and ink. I use glue stick in here, and then it doesn't shift when I'm sewing it. However, when I fold it, then you get that crunchy glue cracking noise. Okay. Okay, so we have that one. And let's see. Isn't she cute? The colors and everything work so well with that blue fern paper. So I think you're gonna go this way. Just line these up here. I didn't realize I didn't have this done, or I would have, sorry. Okay, so I've used vintage photo. I might come and use some other colors when we're, you know, decorating and stuff, but just gonna run some on that fold. The rest of it is inked. Okay, why can't I find where I folded here? Doesn't want to fold that way. Okay. There we go. So this morning it was like really bright outside, and Josh works about 45 minutes from our house. And when he got to work, he called me and he told me that it was so foggy where he works. You know, is it foggy here? And I'm like, not at all, it's completely clear. And then I was in my studio here and I was inking papers and stuff, and I got up to go and I walked through the house and looked out, I looked out the window and I was like, holy man, I can't see across our yard. So the fog definitely rolled in. But it feels Christmassy out there. It looks white. Not ready for that yet, but it's coming. I just need a sip of coffee. Okay, so let's see here. What do we want to do? Okay, so I know I want this one for the very front. And let's see, I have, well, let's kind of separate them here. I have the two digitals sewn together. And then these are the Blue Fern Studio papers. I have, this one's not coffee dyed, it's just a Christmas music book. And then this one is out of it's a holiday wreath book, and I really like it. And I thought that would look really nice in there, and the side, it works too. So let's see here. These are just like pockets and little things we can add in there. So whether we put that in a pocket or as a page, I'm not sure. This is out of a 1961 Christmas Ideals, and I thought that was really, I think it's so neat. These pages feel really neat. And so I folded it like this, and there's a little poem here. I do see, you know, like one letter of it got cut off or something, but that's okay. So book pages, this is, I believe this was a coffee dyed graph paper that just kind of bled all over, but the colors are neat. So here I have a coffee dyed music sheet, and this one doesn't have any words on it or anything. Just a plain coffee dyed page. These are all coffee dyed. I did, over here I think, another one, and another one. I did, here it is. I did take a piece of fabric and sew it in here, so we have fabric tuck spots in there, in that one. And I thought that it's bright, but it works, I think. The poinsettias and stuff. And then this is just a piece of craft paper I had. It's not cut straight or anything, but I thought it would be fun to add in there. So that's what we have to work with. So we're going to put this with that. Okay, so inside this one, I think I would like, we'll go ahead and put that one in right away. And then I'm wondering, no, I don't want that. Music paper, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this one. It's a little smaller, so you can see that up our top. I like that in there. Okay, so then, let's see, should we go with this one? This one is a little smaller too, so I don't think I want two smaller ones. Let's go with just another page here. I usually change my mind 10 times, so I'm gonna have to probably, well, I'm gonna put lace on the ends of them, but cut that. So That works with that. Okay, and I don't know, let's see, we can't forget about you guys. Okay, no. Okay, I don't mind that one in there. Let's see. Let's go with another coffee dyed page. And then with this one, or let's go with this one in here. Okay, and then inside that one, what's that? Or maybe this one was made now to be like a little page and this part glued down. And I think it works with that. So we're going to go ahead and put that one in there. And then, not that yet. Let's see. Yeah, I like that with that. Okay. And then inside here, the music paper, I'm going to put the craft paper. And let's see here. Now we could do this with the smaller one work in here. Not yet. It just doesn't feel, I'm just not feeling it yet, but maybe this one. Yeah, I like that one in there. Okay. And then coffee dyed paper there. Which one do I want for my center? Oh, I have an idea for the center. So, okay, let's see. I like them colors with the coffee dyed. Okay, so that works. And does this work? I don't really like that in there. It wasn't so bad on this side. Where is our little one here? I'm thinking if we put this one in there, then we could add this one, the little birdie. I think I'm just going to put it in the center. Or we could, yeah, I'm just going to put it in the center. And then, yeah, that works with that. And that works with that. So then we have another coffee dyed paper here. And then this one, sorry I bumped you guys. Okay, let's see here. And then this here one will flip and have a tuck spot in there, or we could do it this way and have it in there. I like it like this better. Okay, so that will be there. And then this was inspired by Natasha, I believe it is. I'll share the link to whose this was. I think it was Natasha, but I'll share her link below this video. So I had this paper here, and I liked this green color with this, and I was going to try this, but I don't, you know, it's two-sided paper. And she has a really neat tutorial on how to make these, and they look so neat, I think, when they're stitched inside the center. And I don't like that back there, so I just took some coffee dyed paper and we'll glue that in when we decorate. So, okay, so let's see what this looks like in there. And we'll have lace and stuff on the edge of that. Yeah, that works, I think. However, let me think here. I do have, because I'm not going to use it on the cover like I was thinking, so I do have this one we could have be our center, and then how does that look with it? And this doesn't have to be in the center either, it could just be pages in there. So, let's go ahead. Sorry guys, I should have been a little more organized, but I just kind of hopped on here and just kind of doing it. We're going to cut this one down. Okay, so the back is really pretty, but I don't have to worry about freaking out if I cut. Cut something off. Okay. We need this to be 11. So we'll take that inch off the edge. Then I need it to be 8.5 tall. Obviously I'll need to ink this one. Okay. So, oops, sorry. Just throwing stuff around here. Like I said, you should see my disaster. That's when I work the best though, I think. I mean, I like to work when it's organized and stuff, but when I just have stuff piled around me, oh, it's cute. Then I feel like, I don't know. I guess it depends on my mood, maybe. Okay, so I don't know if I want two of these right next to each other. I just want to see what this looks like in here. We could put this towards the bottom in the center. Yep, I like that. Okay, now I know I don't want these two back to back, so we'll just move that back one with that. Okay, let's flip through and see if we see anything right off that we want to change, and we need to find a spot if we want to use our paper doily. Some of these are going to need to be trimmed down. It's a thick one. It's going to be fat. Obviously, I have to ink that. Okay, let's go. So that's going to be the front. There's no change in my mind on that. Okay, you know what? Right here is a perfect spot for the doily because I like this with the doilies. I have to refold this the opposite way just because I like the darker against the coffee dyed. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so there we have that one. And we have our coffee dyed in there. And I probably do a fabric flip right here, I'm thinking. Because, I mean, you could write on it. We can put some coffee dyed paper under it. I like to leave the coffee dyed paper for journaling. You can journal on here. And now, let's see. And then we'll tuck, let's see. You know, it'll work for a big journal card. Okay. Then we have this one, which we can glue that down and make that a tuck or leave it. I think I'm going to glue it. Then this one. That's so pretty. Okay, and the digital. I love this digital. I think it's worked so well with this paper. Okay. This will, when we sew our signature in, we'll make sure everything's exactly where we want it. And I'm going to put some lace or something on the edge of this one. And then we have that. And we have our craft paper that we'll decorate. And then, let's see. I might fold this one the opposite way. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Nothing is straight on this craft paper. Okay, so then you see him there. Our wreath page. Just seeing this, I wonder. So I have one on the bottom in there if I put one towards the top. Yeah, that works. This one's in the middle. Let's see. Well, I guess that works. See, and with this one, you can make a pocket, you know, you can glue right here, and you can make a pocket on this side. If you glued it down, you could have a tuck spot. Here, you can tuck up there, and then you have a pocket here as well. And the same thing on this side. Let's see, I'm going to have it just sewn in freely. So I will have my pocket on this side, and then we can decorate on here with some of the elements from the Yuletide, maybe the ephemera. Okay, yeah. I don't know, that polka dot green just spoke to me when I seen it. Okay, so then this. I love this page. And then this will be tacked down there in a tuck spot. So, journal card. It's already fat and we haven't done anything with it. I think I have too many pages in there, but I think we're going to leave it. So then we have another tuck spot on this side. We might not be able to put real bulky decorations in it, but that's okay. And then I like that as the back page as well. Okay. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead before I forget though. And I'm going to ink this one. And like I said, I just use vintage photo. So my ink pad needs to be re-inked. I don't always ink around my pages, but this one I just felt like I needed it. It just feels cozier to me. I don't know. I'm not going to sew the signature in on this one until I get all my lace and stuff on the edges and the basic idea of what I want, you know, in there for decorating. I don't know, sometimes I do prefer them sewn in before, but sometimes not. When I sew them in before, I don't stitch the lace on the end of the pages, then I just glue it, or, you know, well, glue it or try to sew it, but it doesn't work very good for me because I'm just not that good with a sewing machine, so. Like if you haven't noticed, I literally use 2 stitches in everything I do. I use the straight stitch and the zigzag stitch. And there's so many more on there, but at least I can change my own bobbin out now. I used to have to call my mom, or now my sister. But I think I should knock on wood because the next time I go do it, I'll have a nightmare. It's just how it goes. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go down there and in there. Okay, so all kinds of frilly stuff on the end here, and then I know it's not stitched, but we're just gonna see once what it looks like. So I might have to, well, this will all get trimmed down to here and then up to about here. So yeah, it'll fit in there good. And then my line, right there on the edge of that stitch. I don't want to fold it yet, but you get the idea. I'll fold it, whatever. Oh yeah, it's already got that crunchy, yummy feel. Okay. So I'm going to end that, and I'm going to go and stitch this and then try and get some ideas and get all the stuff to decorate and possibly start another video. See this, I can add washi in here. This paper is so nice and thick, but when I fold it back and forth, it's my own fault because I fold it back and forth to ink it. But when that cracks like that, you can literally just go like that and cover it up. You can add washi or anything you want to, but it's strong paper. So. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching, and those of you that are crafting along with me, I hope that was helpful, and I hope you found inspiration from it. and we will see you in the next video.